3 today to decide the final 3 spots at the Women's College World Series. And we've got Florida and Texas Tech today from Gainesville. Tech looking for a second consecutive trip. They were in the finals a year ago. And the Florida Gators, familiar with OKC, with 2 national championships. All eyes today will be on Nigeri Kennedy, but she will not be in the starting lineup in what could be the final game of her storied career. She will rely on her teammates initially to get her back to OKC for a 4th straight time. But it's going to be tough. After they split the first 2 games, the Red Raiders a winner on Mia Williams, a home run to beat her former teammates. And then in game 2, blasting away were the Florida Gators, led by Jocelyn Erickson. Her 2-run homer in the first set a tone for a wipeout win. So here we go to game 3 today. Oklahoma, Mississippi State, Texas, ASU will be playing later to decide the other 3 spots on this side of the bracket. We know Tennessee will be there, and we already have matchups for you. Get ready for our Thursday quadruple header. It'll be Alabama, UCLA, and Arkansas, Nebraska. A little tussle between the SEC and the Big Ten. Hey, everybody, I'm Beth Mowens. These are the Olympic gold medalists, Jessica Mendoza and Michelle Smith. We're going to talk offense because these 2 sides have been explosive. And we'll start with the Florida Gators, Michelle. 18 runs in the 2 games here in the Supers.
Yeah, these Florida Gators have been outstanding all year long. But in this Super Regional, they have done a really good job of a strong pitching staff that Texas Tech has thrown at them. Ava Brown has been outstanding. They have just been complete all the way around. How about Madison Walker? Home runs off both Caitlin Terry and Nigeri Kennedy. When you look at situational hitting, the Gators in this series, runners on, runners in scoring position, 2 outs, all over 400. They have scored in 7 of the last 10 innings. This Gator offense just outstanding, and they've been really good for Rothrock, who will be in the circle.
And they will try and support Keegan Rothrock again today in Game 3 against a Texas Tech lineup that has been built for the postseason, that has been put together, Jess, to win the school's first national championship.
And this is just a small slice. These are 4 of the major transfers, but there's been 8, 9 transfers, over $2.5 million payroll that's coming to Texas Tech. You look at the names, the schools that they've transferred from, this has been the difference maker offensively for a Texas Tech team that is absolutely breaking every single record that was in the books. And it's runs, it's home runs, it's hits. Look at the bottom there, stolen bases. They've got speed, they've got power. Texas Tech, with that transfer portal, they won it in the offseason. Can they win it here in Game 3?
Winner goes on to Oklahoma City. The loser is done for the year, and for some, done for a career. Game 3, first pitch coming up. Let's check out the Capital One starting lineup for the Red Raiders of Texas Tech. We highlight the 3 players that played elsewhere at the World Series a year ago and then transferred into Texas Tech with the hopes of getting back there and winning a national championship. And the irony, of course, is if they lose today from Florida, they would have to watch their former teammates who will all be with their teams at the World Series. The Red Raiders will face for the 3rd day in a row Keegan Rothrock, the junior from Indiana, all-SEC first-teamer. Picked up her 30th win yesterday, Michelle.
Yeah, her second 30th win season of her career. And she was just so on point yesterday.
And that is the 5th time in this series that she's been hit by a pitch. The former Gator is on base to start the game. And did a Texas Tech player just come out of the dugout to yell something at Florida?
Yeah,
Jerry Glasgow signaling her to get back in there.
Yeah, she came running out, ready to cut. I mean, this is the 5th time Mia Williams has been hit. Mia clearly upset. She's chirping. And Jerry Glasgow trying to get his players back in that dugout. Yeah, they came out ready to clear the benches.
If in an umpire's judgment, such a violation has occurred where a pitcher has intentionally thrown at a batter, that could be cause for an ejection. Upwards and including the pitcher, the catcher, and the coach. So a tense start to this one. And it will be critical for these players to keep their cool, because if you get into a fracas today, not only could you get ejected, you could get suspended for the next 2 games.
I've never seen 5 times one player get hit in a series ever. And so this is definitely something, intentional or not, it is very rare. And remember, Rothrock hit her game 1, the first pitch. Hits her first pitch here today.
Got hit twice yesterday by Rothrock as well.
Well, coming into the game, into the series, she'd only been hit 5 times all year. So it's... But you can tell that the game plan for Florida is to pitch her inside.
Well, watch the dugout to the right. And there's going to be a couple of players that will appear that are yelling out onto the field. Coaches are scrambling to get them back inside.
And there's a lot of chirping coming from the dugout right now.
1-1 pitch to Maya Davis. Davis, opposite way. Townsend Thomas is there to make the catch. And we will revisit the situation. Now, when it comes to misconduct, it does not have to include anything physical. Umpires have the authority to eject a player for misconduct, whether it's verbal or nonverbal, profanity, vulgarity, things like that. And now the umpires will be on high alert. Smokey Eds, J.C. Bartley, Dustin Douglas, and Marty Abazishan. So Tracy Liss with 1 out and 1 on in this winner-take-all game 3. And emotions are running high. And in all fairness to the pitchers moving forward, just like the last 2 days, temperatures in the 90s, high humidity, and the bugs, the love bugs, have been a part of the story throughout the last 48 hours.
Yeah, it's been a tough environment to play ball in all the way around for both these teams. Even the Gators.
Oh-2 pitch here to Jackie Liss. She sends one the opposite way, and that'll get over the head of Ella Wesolowski. They will hold Williams at third and 2 in scoring position. Then the Red Raiders are quickly fired up.
How about Jackie Liss? We talk so much about the transfer portal, everything that Texas Tech went and got, but Southern Illinois transfer Jackie Liss has probably been at the top of the list as far as execution, and in here, getting a rise ball up in the zone. Beautiful job. She's got the flattest swing on this team to meet that rise ball and hit it for a double.
Yeah, and that's a mistake by Rothrock. That's an 0-2 pitch, too close to the zone.
Big moment early on for Texas Tech. Held to just 5 hits yesterday and the 2 runs in game 2. They were 0 for 7 risk and just 2 for 17 with runners on base. And it was the first time in the postseason they did not score double-digit runs. They have been prolific. And here's Jazz Burns, 1 for 7 so far in the series with a sacrifice fly yesterday. Rothrock gets a swing and miss, 0-2.
You know it's a hack when you almost lose your helmet. I mean, that's some of these swings for Tech. Jasmine Burns swinging for the fences on this one. Watch her just unleash. Helmet almost comes off her head.
The school record, 131 home runs, 8 players with double-digit dingers, including Burns. Rothrock tried to get her to chase low. Hit batter. And that hit batter, the former Gator, has cranked this game 3 up immediately. Base hit, fair ball, and Williams shouting and stomping on home plate as she scores, and Liss will follow to make it 2-0 Texas Tech. Emphatic response to the Williams hit by pitch.
I have not seen Texas Tech have the energy, have the emotion that they've got right now. Jasmine Burns takes a pitch up and in. Again, top hand, meeting this rise ball down the line, just past the glove there of Grover. And Mia Williams coming out after 5th time being hit by a pitch, an emphatic stomp on home plate as their dugout explodes.
The 2-run single from Jasmine Burns. Yesterday, it was Florida jumping in front in the top of the first. Today, it's Texas Tech. And here is Caitlin Terry, who has shown herself to be one of the best two-way players in the country. Two for 8 so far here in Gainesville.
Well, Rothrock's done a good job of working from ahead, but both those big hits coming in this inning on an 0-2 pitch and a 1-2 pitch.
Rothrock has done this before, by the way. In fact, 6 times this year, she has thrown 3 consecutive days. And on 3 separate occasions, she has started 3 days in a row. She is 8-1 in those 9 games. Terry, base hit through the 5-6 hole. And runners on the corners with still just the 1 out.
Well, this is Caitlin Terry taking advantage of Kendall Grover. Look at where she's up. She is well up the line, and if she's back a little bit deeper, she's going to be able to get this ball before it sneaks through the 5-6 hole. But right now, Texas Tech is just squaring up pitches. They are not fooled by anything. They are attacking early in these counts and taking advantage.
Remember the importance, too, of Game 2. They did not end up getting that extra run, so they got to see 2 more innings of Keegan Rothrock yesterday, over 100 pitches. These are now the 8th and 9th at-bats against Rothrock on the weekend. So adjustments should be made. Advantage should be hitter after that many at-bats.
Already 3 hits in the inning. Already activity in the Florida bullpen.
I honestly feel like the first pitch of this game is what ignited this offense. And they came in with a game plan, but I have never heard them so loud. They've come together quite a few times to talk and rally. Pitch 1, they were furious and yelling, and now they're showing it with their bats.
And they're not done yet. A couple runs up through just 14 pitches. There are still 2 on base with 1 out. Lauren Allred, 4 for 7 here in Gainesville with a 3-run home run. Swinging a hot bat in the postseason for the Red Raiders. Off the mark, 3-0. The big switch in the lineup for Jerry Glasgow was moving Maya Davis up to the 2 spot. And Taylor Panel falling down to the 7 spot. And Taylor could be coming up with the bases loaded. Former All-American at Tennessee. And that is indeed the case for the junior from Illinois, who has a hit in 15 of her last 16 games for Texas Tech. And early trouble for Florida. 3 hits, 2 free passes.
Well, it almost seems like Texas Tech has picked Rothrock. You can hear them yelling from the dugout. Give the batters a heads up of what's coming.
Panel. Thomas on the run to make the catch. And the runners will stay put. And then on the overthrow, Texas Tech will score. And it's an error on Gabby Comia on a throw that she did not have to make.
Yeah, that's the key. At this point, with the bases loaded, you cannot be throwing the ball around. And Tim's shaking his head, knowing that this is typically a very strong defense. The defensive woes hurt them in game 1. Great job by Thomas to come in and make that catch, but Comia, no reason to make this throw because, let's face it, Burns is camped out at third. She's on the bag, so there is no reason to make that throw.
This is what happens when emotions are high. I mean, you can feel it. This is intense. We are at the top of the first inning. There is so much yelling, so much emotion happening, and that's when you throw the ball away.
Longy Quiroga is the 8th to the plate. Bottom of the Tech order has been a bright spot. Led by Longy, who has a home run and has driven in 3. The bottom 3 in the order so far with 8 RBI in the 2 games. Rothrock induces the pop-up. Comia calling for it, and that will end the inning. But what a burst out of the gate for Texas Tech. Up 3-zip.
Well, Texas Tech, the response here in game 3 after the hit by pitch, Mia Williams, and you're talking 3 consecutive hits back to back to back to get 3 runs on the board here at the top of the first.
Given the way this game has started, important context for viewers. Mia Williams used to play at Florida for the last several years and transferred to Texas Tech this season. As she's come up to bat, she has been hit 5 times in this Super Regional. And why is that important? Because statistically, she had been hit by pitch only 4 times all season, so this is out of the statistical norm. Well, we can't know if any of this is intentional. I do think it's important to point out this was a very personal transfer. Mia's mother took to social media to publicly criticize the pitching of Florida and Tim Walton not recruiting better pitchers to support the team. So I'll let viewers make their own decision. Keegan Rothrock has hit Mia Williams 5 times in this Super Regional. Seems to have ignited this Tech team, and that is important context for our viewers.
Thank you, Holly. We talked to the teams and to the coaches before the Super Regional, and the phrases that were used were, we're focusing on us. Nothing personal. No ill will. We're just going to go out and play our game. That's what they told us. And we'll also let the viewers take that for what they want. All we know is, whew, as hot and humid as it is here in Gainesville, it's gotten a little bit hotter. And now it's Florida's turn. Can they respond with one of the best leadoff hitters in the country stepping in? It's Taylor Shoemaker.
Well, I think anytime you're playing for that position in the World Series, it's going to be spicy. It's going to be competitive. There's a lot of athletes here fighting for the last game of their career.
Yeah. There's always going to be pressure on a blue blood like Florida. The expectation is to get to the World Series. And there's certainly going to be pressure on the Red Raiders because this roster was put together to win a national championship, not to get knocked out in the Supers.
And there's more money spent on this roster in the history of the sport. So this is unprecedented. It's unprecedented pressure. There's nothing to tap into, to relate to the history of this game. This is a unique Texas Tech roster and how they've been put together.
And of course, the major decision made by Jerry Glasgow was to not start Nigeri Kennedy in the circle. He goes with Caitlin Terry, who, oh, by the way, is 24-1 on the season with a 1.44 ERA. It's one of the best pitch combos in the country this year. But it is not Kennedy. And Shoemaker draws the walk. The Capital One starting lineup for the Florida Gators includes Jocelyn Erickson, who set the tone yesterday with her 21st home run in the first inning. And that propelled the Gators on their way to a 10-2 rout to even this Super Regional.
Well, you knew this was going to be an offensive game just based on the first 2 games of this series. 18 runs in game 1, 12 runs in game 2. Jess is loving it. As a pitcher, I'm, you know.
A pitcher who raked.
Yes.
How about the swing from yesterday?
Well, and Erickson, this is the tone setter in game 2, and the Gators needed it. A pitch on the outer half, a screwball for Nyjah Kennedy, and she just goes yard. 21st home run of the year. That was a shot that Florida needed in the arm to get going.
Erickson rips one right back up the middle, and the Gators have a couple aboard with their number 3 hitter, Ava Brown, coming up. She hit 2 home runs in game 1, one off of Terry and one off of Kennedy. And now the tying run quickly to the plate. So the 2 lefties at the top aboard for Florida. They were just 1 for 15 against Terry in game 1. So Florida also off to a better start initially here. Five lefties in the lineup. Brown, one of the 4 right-handers.
On working that arm side outer half to Ava Brown. Ava off the plate. Working away from her.
That's why game 3s are so fun, is you're seeing the same pitcher now, 3rd time, well, in this case, 6th time, 7th time through, and it's going to be advantage hitters. I mean, Caitlin Terry, one of the aces in the country, Nyjah Kennedy behind her, you have Keegan Rothrock, but at this point, familiarity advantage hitter.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. In game 1, Terry put in 5 innings of work, gave up 6 hits. Just a couple of earned runs, but 3 home run balls for the transfer from UCLA, who was at the World Series a year ago with the Bruins. Misses that one away, 2-2.
Boy, and that's a good take by Brown, because a couple of pitches earlier in the at-bat were on the outer half, called strikes, closer to the zone.
Brown waits on the off speed. Davis is under it in center. Shoemaker will tag, so runners on the corners with 1 out for Townsend Thomas, the number 4 hitter coming up. And another one of the Gator home run hitters in this series. They've got 6 of them. Trying to answer back after the Red Raiders put up a 3 spot in the top of the 1st. Corners are pulled in. Thomas rattles that one, and it's right at Allred. Throws into first to try and double off Erickson. But not in time. Well placed by Allred out in right field.
Yeah, perfect positioning by Allred. Thomas gets all into this, but the mistake at 3rd base is going to be Shoemaker not hanging back to tag on that. Would have been tight at home, but I think they probably would have scored Shoemaker with her speed.
So 2 on with 2 out for Kendall Grover. 3 for 8 with an RBI here in Gainesville. Senior transferred in from Eastern Illinois and a former 2-time OVC Player of the Year. She is number 1 amongst active players with 62 career doubles. Added 11 to her tally this season. Strike on the corner from Terry. 1-2.
Off-speed's going to be the pitch for today. And clearly both teams prepared for the rise ball. A lot of them trying to hit the top half of the ball, doing a good job. Even the outs have been hard. But that changeup's going to be key.
Base hit, and Shoemaker will score, and it gets all the way to the wall. They're waving Erickson around from first, no throw, and a 2-run double for Grover.
A beautiful job, Kendall Grover, to be able to get a pitch on the outside part of the plate, and you see how she just stays through this. It's a backdoor curveball trying to get back over the plate, and Grover does a beautiful job. The key to this was getting to the wall. Shoemaker's going to score, but watch Jocelyn Erickson comes all the way from first base to score on this. If they were able to cut that off, she does not score, so getting to the wall was everything.
And now a chance for Cahalan to tie it up with a runner out at second. Cahalan, Erickson, and Shoemaker, their big three, were 0 for 11 in the Game 1 loss. They were 8 for 12 in the Game 2 win. And they drove in 5.
Well, and in Game 1, it was against KT, Terry, who really owned them. Already in this first inning, they've made those adjustments.
Yeah, she dominated the lefties first time around. Cahalan had a nice bounce back after struggling in Game 1. She was 3 for 4 yesterday. And she sends one deep, way back and gone. And the Gators don't only tie it up, they take the lead.
How about the response of these Gators? I mean, we're only in the first inning, ladies. Buckle up. We've now seen 4 runs here for the Gators, and this 2-run shot. Cahalan getting the pitch left right over the middle of the plate. Driving it out to center field. The senior with a monster shot to take the lead now here in the bottom of the first.
In a leverage 2-0 count, no hesitation, going after it. Her 17th home run of the year. Wow.
She and Erickson both went through cold spells in the last month of the season when it came to long balls, and now both have homered in the last 2 days. Coming up clutch, and it's a 4-3 lead, and Nigeri Kennedy is loosening up in the bullpen. This is the most runs that Terry has allowed in the first inning of a game all year.
16th home run of the year that Terry has given up.
Walker. Wouldn't she love to do something special on her 21st birthday today? She has homered in the last 2 games. And on a day that started with a hit batter and some verbal chatter, it is the bats doing the talking now for both sides. And that hitter must have just missed up and in. Hit the catcher's glove. Quiroga reaching up for it. Kennedy is done warming up. So is Samantha Lincoln done warming up for Texas Tech. Walker, Oppo, and that will reach the wall. Motoring around for second. Fourth hit of the inning for the Gators.
This is the second hit that we've seen on a pitch at the eyeballs. Erickson had one earlier in this inning. Look at where this pitch is. Get up. Look at her posture. Look at her literally raise her body. This is what they have prepared for, is get on top of that rise ball. Madison Walker does just that, into the gap for a double.
And for the third straight game, the Gators have chased a Texas Tech starting pitcher.
Well, and especially on an 0-2 pitch. Jess, we've talked about the strike zone all year. This is just a little bit of confirmation that the strike zone can be a little wider, because guess what? These great hitters can hit pitches well out of the zone.
Super Regional Sundays are always a fun day. And when the two sides are getting a little snippy with one another, as is the case today in Gainesville, it is game on, and it is time for the All-American Nigeri Kennedy to come out of the pen for Texas Tech. Well, an unfortunate situation now in Gainesville. We have had a lightning strike in the area, so they are pulling the teams off the field in what would be at least a 30-minute delay here in Gainesville. And momentum, such a big deal, of course, in these bat and ball sports. And already a 4-3 game still in the first inning, with the Gators coming to the plate to face Nigeri Kennedy, and we will have to take a break. So we got a full day, 3 games of Super Regionals, and we've got Matt Schick in the studio. Matt? Our Super Regional Game 3 with Texas Tech and Florida. Winner goes to the Women's College World Series, and after a 2.5-hour delay due to weather, we are set to go in a 4-3 game, still in the first inning. Texas Tech making a pitching change, and Caitlin Terry is out after 2/3 of an inning, and Nigeri Kennedy is coming on. Beth Mowens alongside our Olympic gold medalists, Jessica Mendoza and Michelle Smith. And we've already had some drama due to a hit batter and some tension and some words exchanged between the two sides. Texas Tech, after Mia Williams got hit by a pitch to open up the game, scored 3 runs in the top of the inning. Florida has responded with 4. And with a runner on and 2 outs, a pop fly in foul territory, and Haley Toney will make the catch to end the first inning. A wild one. And we are just restarting this one with Texas Tech and Florida for a spot at the Women's College World Series. The game set for Thursday. The 2-seed Oklahoma, the 2-seed Texas, the 3-seed Oklahoma, trying to punch their tickets against the upstarts, the unseeds, Mississippi State and Arizona State. Keegan Rothrock back to work. 9 and then the top of the order. And Michelle, you can fill us in, the 2-time Olympic gold medalist, pitcher who rakes, about what a pitcher goes through after a lengthy delay to come back out there.
Well, a lot of it is trying to figure out how long the delay is going to be, rest as much as possible, but then be ready and able to get warm when you have to. It's been very hot and humid here in Gainesville, and so making sure you're hydrated is a big part of it. And mentally,
what are you doing during that time?
Mentally, you're thinking about what you need to do to shut down your opposing offense. Working from ahead, using good defense behind you.
Logan Holloman is just 8 for 20 on the season. Jerry Glasgow really likes her glove out in left field. So we'll see how many at-bats she actually gets today. It's a spot that he's liked to use his pinch hitters in as well.
This is her first at-bat of the series.
Game 1 a couple of days ago went to the Red Raiders 10-8. Mia Williams, who was in the on-deck circle, hit a 2-run home run in the 7th inning to win it against her former teammates. And then the Gators responded yesterday and put a hurt on Texas Tech 10-2 to even the series. And both teams coming out mashing to start out game 3, knowing their seasons are on the line. Eight to the plate in the first inning for Texas Tech, 7 to the plate. Actually, 8 to the plate for Florida as well. And a leadoff walk. And this is what the story has been with Mia Williams, who set new school records with home runs, runs batted in, and runs scored. 4 times hit by a pitch throughout the season, and 5 times in the last 72 hours. Strategically speaking, as the throw goes down to second and Holman's at second. Strategically speaking, obviously you don't want a hitter to put her on base 5 times, but it is a statistic anomaly against a former teammate that obviously we would have to bring up.
Well, yeah, they're trying to get underneath her hands, take her power away from her. I mean, it's gone off the arm guard, gone off the knee. It's not like she's worn it in the middle of her back. And these games are too big to be putting runners on purpose.
Yeah. But certainly it did fire up the Red Raiders dugout. Her teammates did not like to see that again. Chance here for Mia to do some damage with the bat. Deep fly ball, the bat flip. An emphatic response from Williams and a 2-run shot. And Texas Tech is back in front. And for the second time, she leaves the yard that she once patrolled as a Florida Gator.
How about the response of that Texas Tech dugout? We've seen them loud, intense, emotional from the first pitch of this game, but Mia Williams, this is why they like to come inside, because you leave it middle to away, Mia Williams will make you pay, and this is what she does, a 2-run shot, second of the series. Straightaway center, that's 2 more runs for the Red Raiders.
And now a conversation for the umpires. Did not see if it was something that came from one of the dugouts for them to look at. And it may have been something that was yelled from the Texas Tech dugout. And it's Victoria Valdez, who Jerry Glasgow's putting his arm around, giving her a hug right now. And let's see what they say here. Are they going to make any announcement? Yep.
Behavior.
I heard unsportsmanlike behavior.
I mean, it's for sure coming from the dugout.
Yeah, possibly a warning.
Victoria Valdez is who they were talking to, and when Mia Williams got hit by a pitch, she was one of the first to be coming up to the top step trying to get out of the dugout. They had to keep her in the dugout.
And now they're trying to explain it to Tim Walton. Marty Abazishan's mic was not completely on when he announced it to the crowd.
So I'm guessing it's a warning. I think the biggest thing, too, is might not be something that they were showing physically, but the words that they were saying. They were so loud.
Well, and she was just explaining to her teammates the whole grabbing of the front of the jersey to show the name Texas Tech to the Florida fans. And she is still in the dugout, so I guess it would be a warning to Valdez. And Mia Williams, a 2-run home run to make it 5-4 Red Raiders. As Mia Davis steps in, the number 2 hitter here, flew out to left her first time up. In this NCAA tournament run, 8 hits and 7 runs scored in their 5 games. Boy, shot out of a cannon to start the game, and then after a 2.5-hour delay, right back at it again. And Davis draws the walk, so a couple of walks and a home run on the restart for Rothrock. Okay, so we're going back to after the home run, and they're talking about Valdez, number 13.
And number 4.
4 is pointing right at.
Yeah, and what's coming out of their mouth, I think, more than anything. And visually, this is fun. She's getting the crowd going. But I think before this, whatever was said along with the entire team is where they're getting the warning.
Jackie List steps in. Here's what the rule book says. No coach, player, or team shall at any time, whether from the bench, the coach's box, the field, or elsewhere, incite or attempt to incite by word or sign a demonstration by spectators. The offender shall be ejected with or without a warning if the umpires see fit. So apparently that was just a warning for Valdez.
And I think they're trying to keep, we saw the emotion, you guys. I know it was 2.5 hours ago early in this game. The umpires were very aware of the fact how intense and how emotional this game is. And so I think the warning initially, especially knowing how Tech has been talking, has been intense since Mia Williams got hit on that first pitch. And Jerry Glasgow right now just keeps telling his dugout, calm down, calm down. Which normally it's the opposite, but right now he is trying to get them to not get ejected and not cost this game in any way.
And not start leaking into territory where an ejection can include a 2-game suspension if you were to advance to the World Series. 1-0 to Liss. Good speed at first base with Davis. Jackie doubled and scored in that first inning.
3 walks now, a hit batter for Rothrock here.
She's got more free passes allowed than outs registered.
And it's just a tough environment all the way around. Talking weather, humidity, just the emotional aspect of it all.
2-hour delay in the middle of it.
Liss hammers one. Back it goes, and that one will get out. Another 2-run shot for Texas Tech, and they are hammering away on the restart.
And Rothrock's been struggling with her control, trying to find the strike zone. This is off the bat at 76 miles an hour, a 210-foot shot down the line. Liss has been so good all year long. Her 19th home run. We've talked a lot about her Aunt Becky, who's also a really good ball player. Taught her a lot about her swing. Pitch on the upper half, no step. Just brings that heel up and down and drives it out of the yard.
What a restart. And now a 7-4 lead for Texas Tech. Williams fouls one off. That's Mia's dad, and he is all fired up as his daughter has reignited the rally here for Texas Tech. Led 3-0, fell behind 4-3, and now back on top 7-4. You talked about the home run issues for Keegan Rothrock, Michelle, this year. She had controlled that through her first 2 appearances in this Super Regional, and not today. And they've already matched their hit total from game 2. Ground ball to Comia over to first. 1 down.
I'll tell you what, we talk a lot about the transfers, but Jackie Liss has been #1 when it's come to the postseason. I mean, her consistency with her at-bats. Another rise ball. Remember her first at-bat this game off of Rothrock, a double on the same pitch now, driving it out of the park. She doesn't get a lot of the attention the other transfers do, but she should. She has been so consistent offensively for this Texas Tech team.
Out of Newburgh, Indiana, where her family runs a hitting academy. She used to take 500 swings a day. She knows a thing or two about hitting.
Well, it's interesting because coming into today's game, she was only 1 for 8. So I felt like Rothrock had done a good job with her, but she also has been behind 2-0 to all the batters in this inning. And when you get in leverage counts, it's easy to just unload.
And again, here with Caitlin Terry, 2-0. Terry fouls one off. The other notable here, certainly, we've already seen 2 Texas Tech pitchers. There really is not a whole lot of options for Florida if Rothrock gets chased. Their #2 pitcher, Ava Brown, hurt middle of the year. She has come back and has been terrific as a hitter, but she has not thrown since her return. And the Red Raiders have Rothrock in big trouble early. That's in for a strike.
Well, she threw that pitch a lot yesterday. I haven't seen it as much today. It's an off-speed rise ball at times that she's throwing and blending it with her harder rise that comes in around 68, 69 miles an hour. That off-speed rise ball is about 63, 64 miles an hour.
Terry, another ground ball to second. 2 down.
You know, I just think for Rothrock, she can't throw back-to-back similar velocities. She's got to be using off-speed, change-up, hard rises, hard curves.
Red Raiders seem to have the timing down here in the first couple innings. Well, and with this lineup, I mean, as we are noticing today, the home runs can come from anybody.
Anybody.
Up and down the order. They set a new school record this year. And they've now got 133 on the season. All red. Fly ball out to Thomas. And that will end the inning, but another productive one for Texas Tech with a pair of 2-run taters. They're up 7-4.
Kennedy has usually been so nails, making it to 3 Women's College World Series in her career, but she has had a rough outing in this postseason. Look at what she's been able to do. Coming into this game, she was a 1.24 ERA. In postseason this year, 7.80 ERA, and it's been the home runs that have been hard against Florida. She is now entering this game, and I talked to Coach Terry Glasgow before the game why she didn't get the start, and he said, honestly, Caitlin Terry's been pitching better. Nigeri has been hitting speeds of 73 miles an hour. She is healthy, I am told. She has just got to be a more confident pitcher right now in this moment. And he said also, Florida's had a week to prepare for Nigeri. They have been very good at the plate and had a great plan for her. I talked to Nigeri and I said, have you thought at all about this could be your last softball game today? And she said, no, I just want to come out today and play great softball. She's trying to stay focused and in the present where her feet are and not prove too big, just one great pitch at a time.
A brilliant career, 2 years at Stanford, now 2 years at Texas Tech. All 3 seasons, she's gone to the World Series. And she and her teammates need to win today to go back again. And they lead Florida 7-4. She came on in the first to record one out, so her first inning to start out there, she faces 9-1-2.
Well, we've seen the bat show up in this Super Regionals. It is all about working from ahead. Rothrock not able to do that last inning. That's going to be the key for Nyjah, for anybody in the circle.
And now the umpires get together. Is this a balls and strikes count?
Yeah, I think Tim Walton is asking that possibly was not a foul tip. I think it was called a foul tip.
And now they've changed the count to 1-1. Yeah, no.
It's also a strike. Burns just missed it.
Yeah. So instead of 0-2, it's 1-1 to Comia. 3 for 6 in the series. She was on base 3 times yesterday in game 2. And Comia, high hopper, using the dirt to send that one out into left. And the lead off aboard, and here come the lefty smashers. She's done a terrific job getting on base this series. And it's Taylor Shoemaker, walked and scored in the first. Scoring now for the 53rd of their 64 games. She's reached in every game but 4 this season. Comia to second. Boy, the crowd is really amped up as well with all the extracurricular activities going on.
Wow. And Nyjah, after she floated that ball to the backstop, looking in the dugout. I mean, that is not what you want to see as a coach, as a pitching coach. You just want to see that kid locked down.
Well, and these fans are all over her. This is pressure, heat, all of it.
Shoemaker all year long with the good eye, watching a lot of pitches. OB is over 500 with 45 walks on the year. Catches the corner, full count.
Everything's been away to Shoemaker. And what they've been hunting is the rise ball. We've seen it with Caitlin Terry. On both sides, this is a rise ball series.
Two on for Erickson, who is 1 home run shy of Shoemaker's record from last year on the season.
Let's take it back to yesterday. Last time Erickson saw Nyjah Kennedy center out to left center field, and that's maybe why Jerry Glasgow has decided to take her out of this game.
Huge move right here. Kennedy lasts 3 batters, and they go back to the starter, Caitlin Terry. I mean, the crazy factor on this game just keeps going up.
Keeps going up.
And remember, Nyjah moves to that DP so she can stay in this game. Normally, just straight pitchers, she would be out of the game. She would be burned because Caitlin Terry started this game, but now Nyjah moves at the DP spot, which means she would hit and she can return as a pitcher.
Right, so this is a lot of back and forth. This is a lot of matchup-oriented with Erickson being left-handed. Erickson did have that base hit off of KT in that first inning.
Terry, as the starter today, only lasted 2/3 of an inning, and the Gators put 4 runs on the board. And just a refresher, this was one of the best pitching staffs in the country during the season. Terry and Kennedy, both top 10 nationally in ERA. So stingy in the circle, and it is wild what these two offenses are doing. in this 3-game set.
And we're only in the second inning.
You told the folks to buckle up earlier, Jess. I'm telling them to put the shoulder strap on now because this roller coaster is rocking. Tying run at the plate. Erickson fouls off the first pitch. Singleton scored back in the first. She is also a senior, hoping this is not the last time she takes the field in college. Terry delivers there for a strike and gets ahead 0-2.
Nice curveball in the outer half. Terry will throw that curveball on both sides of the plate.
And the swing and miss. Terry gets a big strikeout of Erickson. One down.
Well, how about a 3-pitch strikeout? In on the hands, curveball away, and then comes back upstairs with the rise ball in the outer half and gets Erickson to swing underneath of it.
First strikeout for either side in the game. Here's Ava Brown. Flew out to center back in the first. She had 2 big home runs when they rallied from 6 down to tie game 1 late before Texas Tech won it in the 7th.
She had a big 2-run home run in the 5th inning on Friday against Caitlin Terry.
Hitters count here. Take strike 1. Two and 2. Since she came back on April 3rd from a lower body injury, hitting .351 with some power for the junior from Montgomery, Texas. Said the other day when we talked to her confidence is soaring as a hitter right now. And that one is driven into foul territory and will get out of play as Allred tried to track it down. As charged an environment as I think we've ever seen in college softball.
This is crazy.
Brown, is it deep enough? Back to the wall, and yes it is! The Florida Gators and Ava Brown tie it up with a 3-run shot. Wow.
This is insane. The back and forth of the long ball, the power, the intensity, the emotions, and Nyjah Kennedy is coming back into this game. Ava Brown, they tried to go away with her when she hit the home run last time, so they tried to get on the hands. She stays open with that front foot, and you guys, 3 more runs here for the Gators, and now another pitching change as Nyjah Kennedy is back in the same inning. And by the way, Terry can come back into this game. You guys, this is what's crazy. Nyjah Kennedy and Caitlin Terry can go back and forth.
Wow. Ava Brown.
Tie game in the second inning at 7 apiece. Terry, by the way, since she's also in the batting order, is still available if need be. And Kennedy returns after facing 3 batters just a few moments ago. And here's Townsend Thomas.
You can't script this. If someone would have said this is the way the game's going to be,
You wouldn't
the
have
first
believed it.
2 innings, I'd have been like, there is no way. You have got to love this game.
Ground ball to second. Ava Brown, by the way, a new Florida record in a super regional. She's got 8 RBI, passing Brittany Schuette's 7. 2 down for Kendall Grover.
This is insane. I mean,
2-run double back in the first.
I think what's insane is that we have some of the best pitchers that we've ever seen in the game in this game.
I mean, there's no secrets. This is game 3. The winner goes to the World Series. They've pitched their hearts out, but it is advantage hitter. And so when you're in the circle in a situation like this, you're just thinking corners and hoping you're rolling ground balls or that you're inducing pop-ups that stay in the park.
Two and one to Grover. Three and one.
I think that's what's going to be so hard, too, is these pitchers are not going to want to throw anything over the plate, what's happening right now.
Well, and then more so, Jess, to your point, you get in leverage counts as a hitter, a 3-1 count, and then you do have to have the ability to throw over the plate. It's just at this point, just hope to miss barrels. Mixes in velocity.
2 home runs for Texas Tech, 2 home runs for Florida. Swing and a miss, gets Grover. Side retired. 7-7 through 2 innings for a spot in the Women's College World Series.
3 more runs for the Gators. Ava Brown getting on a pitch, up and in on the hands to send this one out. The Gators tie it up.
With 2 teams desperately trying to get to the Women's College World Series. 7-7 as we move to just the 3rd inning. We've had a 2.5-hour weather delay already, and we're trying to beat the next set of storm clouds that are moving in this afternoon. Beth Mowens, Michelle Smith, Jessica Mendoza, and Holly Rowe. Holly was telling us between innings, we'll share with you at home, the warning was centered around Victoria Valdez, but it was issued to the entire Texas Tech dugout from earlier in the game. And so if there is another incident, it could be an ejection. So a warning has been given to the entire Tech dugout.
Which is smart on the umpires. If they do it for just one player, then the next player can...
Well, they got to try to keep things under control. As heated as this has been both ways.
There's Taylor Panel. Keegan Rothrock has been pitching throughout, making her 3rd consecutive start in 3 days here, which she's done on a couple of other occasions. She's thrown a ton of innings. She led the SEC in wins and innings pitched. Panel gets a hold of one. That sends Townsend back. Is this one going? Yes, it is! Another home run for Texas Tech, and they are back on top.
And this is just about pitches right here. This is a 3-1 count, a 58-mile-an-hour changeup. That Panel just gets all into.
The way that she sees the changeup out of the hand, too. I mean, that's what we're talking about, Smitty, is the recognition of pitches. This is now Texas Tech's 9th time seeing Keegan Rothrock. 9th time in 3 days. And there, Taylor Panel, a changeup that got her to strike out yesterday, now gets a home run today.
Tim Walton out to talk to his infield and talk to Rothrock. It looks like he's going to make a change.
Yes, he is. And it is a freshman coming into this environment. Leah Stevens will come on. And a nice hand for the home folks for the job that Rothrock has done this weekend. She can also re-enter if need be. But how about this moment for the freshman?
Well, this is about pitch to contact and rolling ground balls, trying to get something that the defense can help pick up. Stevens has a lot of down in the zone. Young pitcher, has thrown in some big games.
So Stevens out of Palm Coast, Florida, the 5'7" righty will come on and do what seems almost impossible today, and that's quiet down the bats. 22nd appearance for her, 38 innings of work. That's it throughout the year.
She used a rise ball on multiple levels. A little bit of in, a little bit of out. She also is very good at changing speeds.
So Nigeri Kennedy, who, when she came in to pitch, took over a spot in the batting order. So even though she was pulled from the game and then returned, she is going to hit here for the first time. And the story, of course, with all the transfers coming in this season to try and help Nigeri and Texas Tech get back to the World Series and win a national championship on a day where the pitchers have struggled a bit. The transfers that they brought in, my goodness. 3 of the 4 big boppers have hit home runs today. In Panel, Williams, Jackie Liss, Jazz Burns has also contributed with a 2-run single. Kennedy, just foul down the line and left.
Remember Kennedy's last at bat, not in this series, but against Ole Miss last weekend. She came in off the bench as a pinch hitter, got a double off the wall. Has not hit a lot the last 6 weeks.
Hit a lot more last season.
And that's the only at bat that she has had until now, the entire postseason.
Well, she's only got 9 hits on the year, a home run. Stevens just missed it away, 2-2. Tim Walton taking a chance with the youngster. He's been so good in these situations, and Stevens gets a strikeout of Niger, 1 down. First strikeout for a Florida pitcher today.
Now, Stevens has that ability to mix speeds. She's got that multi-level rise ball, but this is about getting ahead. And look at the drop, the downward movement on this changeup. Going to get Kennedy to swing right over the top of it.
Here's Logan Holloman in the 9 spot. Tim Walton with the 2 national championships. This is their 17th Super Regional. And for the Florida Gators, Tim is 6-0 in Game 3s at home in the Supers. Has not lost a game of this magnitude. 11-3 total in his Super Regional career. That is the best of any coach in the country since the new format took place in 2005. He knows the moves to make. But again, when we talk about Texas Tech and the lineup that Jerry Glasgow has put together, it's not much like anything we've seen before in the game. Hallman, light slap, and that'll bounce all the way out into left. And a base runner for Mia Williams. Hit by a pitch, scored in the first, and a 2-run home run in the second.
That was to put them ahead at the time in response to what the bottom of the first inning looked like for the Gators. This place exploded in both directions.
24th home run of the season for her, adds to her school record total. And her offensive numbers way up this season.
Remember, they had been trying to go inside to her because this is the zone for Mia Williams. We saw her hit a changeup away earlier, and then this one, middle away, absolutely crushed out to center field.
Into the palm trees.
She's backed off the plate a little bit, and understanding that the game plan has clearly been come inside to Mia Williams. She's got hit 5 times. And now I think maybe hunting something a little more middle in as she's backed off the plate. And then she got it. And that's been the zone that's gotten her jammed. But there she backed off the plate, was able to barrel it foul. But it's that and a changeup off speed that you've got to stick with Mia Williams.
One-two to Mia. Non-competitive. Erickson, the U.S. national team member, behind the dish, working with the freshman in the circle. Got her to reach. Oh, and the throw down was intercepted by Stevens.
Yeah, that was a... They had the runner going, so this is a changeup. And then Erickson is going to come up and throw basically right into her glove. So changeup on the outer half. She's able to get Williams reaching for that. She comes up, and Stevens, the freshman, not aware that that throw is supposed to be going down, a dart to second, but able to make the catch.
A light-hearted moment. Davis to short, trouble for Cahalan, and Davis will beat it out. And after a couple of errors at short in game 1, a miscue there has runners on the corners with 2 out. They're going to rule that an infield single with the speed of Maya Davis. And another home run hitter coming up. It's Jackie Liss. First pitch swinging, drives it deep center. Shoemaker goes back and runs out of room. And Jackie Liss has her second of the day. A 3-run job to pad the lead for Texas Tech.
And Leah Stevens having to go to the off-speed, the changeup again. And I'll tell you what, you want to sign up for a home run derby, come watch this game, because this is all we've seen from the offense, is who's going to hit the long ball next. Back and forth we go, and Jackie Liss on the changeup left a little bit up in the zone. That no stride, beautiful job, dead center field, second home run, third extra base hit for Liss in this game.
11-7 Red Raiders. And the 4th home run of the day for Texas Tech. And next up is Jazz Burns. 2-run single back in the first inning. It is on this Super Regional Sunday pennants for the pitchers, Michelle Smith.
It's been a tough,
Ouch.
tough series to be in the circle.
And game 3s are usually offensive heavy because of that, but this is like nothing we've seen. Third inning.
And you have to note, none of these pitchers roll drop balls. You know, you've got to figure out how to have something down in the zone, whether or not it's even a 4-seam fastball, something that's going to give you some downward direction to top off the barrel and roll some ground balls.
Official score has now changed the Davis hit to an E6. Burns, Thomas, A circuitous route to get there. And the side is retired, but nothing but crooked numbers on the scoreboard in every inning so far. Would match up with the winner of Oklahoma and Mississippi State on Thursday. And on the other side, Alabama, UCLA, and Arkansas, Nebraska. And right now, Mississippi State leads OU 3-0 in the third. Here it is 11-7. Texas Tech over Florida. We've had 15 home runs hit in the 3 games already. 2.5.
I don't think I've ever seen a game in the third inning where there's more runs than outs. 15 outs have been made. There are 19 runs. It's just unheard of. You look at your scorebook.
This is the 5th of their 6 games for Texas Tech in this NCAA tournament with at least 10 runs. And here's what we've been talking about all year long, and fitting that it continues in the Gainesville Super Regional. The hits, combined 15 homers and combined 48 runs. And we're not done yet. Just an offensive onslaught.
I still think what's really unique for Texas Tech is the fact that we can see Nyjah Kennedy and Caitlin Terry do unlimited switches.
And a strikeout of Kenley Cahalan, 1 down.
A little bit of emotion coming out of Kennedy picking up this strikeout. Rise ball in the outer half. See the way she gets underneath that pitch. A little bit of a point to her catcher, Jasmine Burns.
Kennedy has been in the circle twice. Caitlin Terry has been in the circle twice. That strikeout of Cahalan, the first leadoff batter retired in the game. And here's the birthday girl, Madison Walker, turning 21 today. And a fly out to left. Holloman's got it, 2 down.
I'll tell you what I am seeing, though. It's a benefit for pitchers. One of the few things is these swings are getting bigger for these hitters. Everyone's hitting home runs, and if you're seeing these hitters start to really gear up, Nyjah doing a good job coming right at the hands with that rise ball. Bigger swings aren't going to make bigger hits against Nyjah Kennedy.
Here's Ella Weslowski. Nyjah thought that was a strike. Trackman agreed. Don't look now, Smitty, but there's a chance of a 1, 2, 3 inning.
Wow, that would feel like a miracle in this game.
Area 51 kind of stuff in this game. Off the end for bat, Kennedy quick to get there, and my goodness, 1, 2, 3 for Texas Tech. 3 in the books. It's 11-7.
Far in this ball game, tell me what's going right for your bats right now and how you get back in this one.
I think we've done a good job, obviously being down in the first inning, coming back and getting on top, and then being down in the second inning, coming back in it's even. So I think the bats have been good, been really fighting hard. Obviously we're just not pitching very well today and been playing great defense behind them, but I give them credit. They obviously can swing the bat pretty well.
Keegan Rothrock gave you what she could. Now you've gone to someone else. What's the plan the rest of the way?
Yeah, it's a little scotch tape, a little trainer's tape, but whatever we got to do. I told you guys before the series, tape the game together, figure out a way, and if Keegan's got to come in to get the game over at the end, that's the plan. Everybody, all hands on deck.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, go Gators.
All right, thank you, Holly, and Coach Tim Walton.
One of the things that Texas Tech did coming into this weekend, they actually traveled with their boxes to get up and elevated to hit the rise ball. That was what they came in understanding. They were going to see Keegan Rothrock is primarily rise ball, and even Leah Stevens in the game now, primarily rise ball. So that was something they definitely prepared to face. Caitlin Terry, actually, one of the biggest reasons her offensive numbers have jumped so much is she can hit the rise ball better than she ever has.
5, 6, and 7 here in the order. Winner goes on to the Women's College World Series to face either Oklahoma or Mississippi State on opening day.
See that unique stance from Caitlin Terry, her hands extra high. That was to help her stay on top of the pitch that she's hunting. Everything outside to her so far, but she'll square up towards the pitcher, get both eyes on the pitcher. This is dramatically different than what you saw from her at UCLA last year. Primarily short game.
3-0. Leah Stevens on in relief of Keegan Rothrock. Terry sends one the opposite way. Townsend Thomas has it, one down.
Well, that's the first time the Gators have gotten the first out of the inning.
Here's Lauren Allred.
She had a home run Friday's game. Start to get closer to the bottom of this order. It does not get any easier. Allred's been swinging a hot bat.
134 home runs on the year for Texas Tech.
Allred's had a hand in that. She was 4 for 8 with a grand slam in the regional last weekend. 4 more hits here in the Supers. And Stevens struggling with the strike zone right now, 3-0. Caught the corner. Backhanded, Comia fires to first. Allred will be safe. Wesolowski will back up the throw. She is the new catcher. Erickson has moved to first base. And Comia may have injured herself going for that ball or in the transition with the throw over to first. She shakes her head, says she's okay, but you can see the limp.
Especially a huge part of her game is her lower half. Very fast, efficient.
All SEC defensive team member, so she stays in the game. And here's Taylor Panel, a home run that chased Rothrock her last time up. As you would imagine by the scoreboard, both starters knocked out early. Texas Tech starter knocked out twice, courtesy of the substitution rules in softball. Here's a deep shot. Does Panel get her second? Off the roof, out and left, and it's another Texas Tech home run. A 2-run job to make it 13-7.
Another pitch up, and this is exactly where the Red Raiders have been prepared for. And even when they're trying to get in on the hands for Taylor Panel, look at the location of this. It's not a bad location. It's up and in, but Panel opens up that front side. They were looking for that pitch off the batting cage in left field.
Panel with her 11th and 12th home run of the year. 135 now.
And she has chased 2 pitchers today with her long balls. .50 combined runs for a new super regional record.
They're not done.
And the production from the transfers. The big portal haul for Texas Tech. Williams has homered. Jackie Liss has homered twice. Burns has driven in a run, and now Taylor Pannell has homered twice.
Well, and you know the Gators have more in them as well. That's what's crazy is Tim Walton trying to do whatever he can. And this has been a huge storyline for the Gators this year, you guys, is they have had one ace. And it's been Keegan Rothrock, and she has pitched more innings than any other pitcher in the SEC because they don't have a number 2. Ava Brown went down with an injury, has still hit. But he's trying to find something to stop this run.
Holly Rowe?
Well, it was an interesting moment pregame. I saw Tim Walton gather all of these pitchers up in a conference in the outfield. He is telling them that it was going to be all hands on deck today. So all of these pitchers from Florida knew this was a possibility, that their name would be called, and they have had a mindset to be ready when the moment arrives since pregame.
And this will be the first postseason appearance for Allison Sparkman, and just her 12th appearance of the year. She has thrown 13 1/3 innings. And now coming on to face Nigeri Kennedy. Red Raiders explosive with the bats today. They've scored multiple runs in every inning. They have homered in 3 of the 4.
Nyjah in the back far corner of the batter's box. You rarely see a hitter that far off the plate, that far back. Nyjah does a good job of going opposite field, hitting inside out. That's where her power is. And still pull the ball well, but tries to get off that plate so she can not get jammed on anything inside.
Strike across the inside corner.
They read that she's stepping into the pitch, so they work her on the inner half a little bit.
Comia charges. 2 down. Here's Logan Holloman.
Holloman, not a lot of chances this year because she's been more of a defensive specialist, but she's been good in this 9-hole, rolling over the lineup with her at-bats.
Just 8 hits on the season coming in, but she's been on base twice with a walk and a single and has scored both times. With Mia Williams on deck. Coming up for the 4th time today. Holloman snared by Sparkman. And that ends the inning. But for the first time in her career, Taylor Pannell, not once, but twice, out of the building. Big lead for Texas Tech.
Welcome back to Gainesville, a very entertaining game. 13-7, Texas Tech leads, and I'm here with the Red Raiders head coach, Jerry Glasgow. Coach, a lot of fireworks in many different ways today. How is your team trying to regain their composure? They've had a warning. What are you trying to say to keep that poise?
It's a great game. It's a great game for college softball. I told them have fun. Like, don't get angry. The emotion we want is to have fun. The emotion we want is to enjoy the moment. Playing in a stadium where they used to win the national championships and SEC championship. A great coach, a great team. Have fun, enjoy the moment. And once we understood to have fun and got away from the angry part, we were fine.
Tell me a little bit about Nyjah. She's been in and out today. What do you see going on with your pitcher?
Confidence. Everything, the game of softball is all about being in the right state of mind. And now it's like telling her how easy. It's easy. The game's easy when it's easy. It's hard when it's hard. And right now, the game's easy for her. In the first couple of innings, it was hard for her and KT. But we're learning. Like, this is a game we needed. This is a challenge that we need to be where we want to be next week in the World Series. And they're testing us and making us a better ball club.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, there you see Jerry Glasgow in his 2nd season, and what a turnaround it's been with the arrival of Kennedy last year, and then 3 All-Americans in their portal haul this year. 7 starters in the game arriving with Glasgow over the last 2 seasons. They played for the national championship, lost to Texas in 3 games a year ago, trying to get back again to Oklahoma City, and Kennedy induces the pop-up of Comia. 1 down. Here comes the top of the order.
Well, Kennedy's been good since re-entering. Retired 6 in a row.
Shoemaker has walked and scored twice, setting a new runs record for a single season at Florida, now with 92. Also got to start thinking about a sense of urgency with Texas Tech sitting just a couple of runs away from run rule territory. With the 6-run lead here in the 4th. Florida obviously goes back to being the home team today after they were the visitors yesterday in game 2. I think it's going to be big for Nyjah's confidence if they do indeed advance, to get a little something positive in her mind in the circle after she's been getting banged up a little bit this postseason.
When we talk about pitchers, how you have to have a very short memory. You have to forget the last pitch you just threw. You've got to focus on the ball in your hand and the pitch that you're working on or you're going to throw.
And you're going to give up runs.
Absolutely, especially this year.
Foul.
I think the hardest adjustment for Nyjah Kennedy and every pitcher across the country, but really Nyjah, is the fact that she's used to swing and miss. She wants to strike out batters. So even now she's been hard on herself if there's a hard hit out or, you know, any kind of hard contact, because that just did not happen last year.
There's a point with a pitcher that you have to put your ego on the shelf and you have to say 1 and 2 pitch outs, and I say it all the time, are gifts from the softball gods. To be able to throw 1 pitch and do some pop-up, throw 1 or 2 pitches, roll a ground ball.
Remember, she didn't throw a pitch for 6 months in the fall because of an injury, and that's massive. I mean, Smitty, you can speak to this, but, you know, even Tara Archibald, their pitching coach, said we weren't able to work on anything. She did not hit or pitch for 6 months. It wasn't until January that she was able to pick up a softball again and start throwing.
Good tussle again with Shoemaker, and Taylor wins that battle. And a base hit out to right. Can the top of the order get something started again? They did so in the first and again in the second. And here comes Erickson. Kennedy, by the way, is the pitcher of record right now. You talked about all the strikeouts. She's got 1,000 of those. She is 1 win shy of 100 in her career, in which she would join some of the greats in the game with those type of numbers like Kat Osterman, Monica Abbott, Jenny Finch, D'Lo with the velo, and possibly an Olympic teammate in Megan Farimo, who did it recently at UCLA. Erickson. Boy, the exit velos today.
Yes.
High 60s into the 70s, which is phenomenal.
I mean, anything over 70 is elite. Over 65 is considered a hard hit, and the amount of just 70 plus has been almost every batter in both these lineups.
Erickson pops it up. Tony's calling for it. 2 down. Big get there for Nyjah.
Nyjah continuing to use that changeup. 58 miles an hour, induces that pop-up.
Ava Brown, 3-run homer last time up. She's hit a couple in this series off of Kennedy. Brown tried to hold, and she did. 2-1. Good take for Ava.
This is hard. This is hard for both pitchers because these are strikes. I mean, this is middle of the plate.
Yeah, that is a strike, according to TrackMan. It clips the knee.
And loses her, ball 4. 2 on for Townsend Thomas. And are they going to make another pitching change? Yes, they are. So Caitlin Terry started the game, did not get through the first inning. Nigeri Kennedy came on to throw to 3 batters. Terry came back on for 2 batters. Kennedy returned again in the second inning. And now back to Terry here with 2 outs in the 4th, facing Thomas.
This is where softball, it's different from baseball. It's unique, and we've never seen anything like this before, where you get 2 aces going back and forth in that flex position. They can both hit. They can both play positions if needed. Caitlin Terry, the starter, returning now for the 3rd time.
And we're talking in 30 years, we've never seen this.
Well, we've probably never needed it in the previous 30 years. The offense is so hot this year. And this is matchup-oriented. Thomas is left-handed, so bringing the lefty in to try to get the 3rd out of the inning.
We've talked to coaches about this, you know, with the offensive onslaught and the advantages of scouting, of video, of the analytics, and how they can really help the hitters quite often more than the pitchers.
I mean, technically, Caitlin Terry can come in just to face Townsend and then put Nyjah right back in for the righties that are after this. That's how crazy this is.
Yeah, and you've got to be ready on the dugout. If you know you're in and out, you've got to be able to keep your rhythm, know that you're warm, be in an environment. Because if you come in a second time in the inning, you don't get warm-up pitches. A lot of people don't realize that. You don't get warm-up pitches every time you come into the circle. You get them at the beginning or you get them once per inning.
Thomas is 0 for 2, does have a home run in the series. And that's a hard hit ball. That'll scoot out to right. Runners will hold, and the bases are loaded for Kendall Grover. With 2 outs here in the 4th. And my goodness, are they going to do it? You called it, Jess. Are they going back to Kennedy? Yes, they are.
She came in for 1 batter.
Was that 1 pitch?
Yes. Yeah, it was all matchup oriented.
I mean, we could see this 10 times. Literally, each pitcher going back and forth. And you're right, Smitty. Nyjah gets no warm-up pitches, so she's coming right back in. Of course, she was just in this game about 3 minutes ago.
So now she'll face Grover. I mean, you talked about having to check your ego. I mean, it's got to be difficult for these 2 arms. They want the ball. They want the big moments, and they are going back and forth right now. Hoping to help each other out, I guess. Grover, foul.
Well, you want the win, and ultimately, this is the biggest win of the year. This is the one that gets you to the Women's College World Series.
Florida responded to Tech runs in the 1st. They did it again in the 2nd. Not in the 3rd. Can they do it here in the 4th? Swing and a miss. Nyjah Kennedy. The celebration in the circle as she hops back over to join her teammates. And a strikeout with the bases loaded.
Well, how about the senior? This is what it's all about. Her career on the line. She wants to live another day. Bases loaded. Look at the movement on that pitch. The rise ball, the emotion. Nyjah Kennedy is back in a big situation.
Nyjah Kennedy, the huge strikeout with the bases loaded, and the reacts from the All-American. Desperately wanting to get back to the World Series for a 4th straight year to fight for that elusive national championship. And Mia Williams will lead things off. She has been an absolute Gator record this weekend. The former Gator herself, a 2-run home run in this game. Also the game-winning home run in the opener of this series.
And she's played with emotion, too. I mean, we've seen her stomp at home plate. I mean, absolutely lose it on her home run. The emotion she has showed.
Jammed her, and that'll stay in the yard. Shoemaker's got it, 1 out.
I thought it was great what Jerry said. Play with the emotion of fun and not of being mean or anger that puts you in a different environment.
Well, there's no need for it. I mean, this game is just drunk. Like, it's crazy. And so you get to be a part of this game.
And this is probably what he mentioned that Texas Tech needed, that fight, that claw scrape to get every run, every out, every pitch.
Davis. A fine wine at times. Jaeger bombs at other times.
This game's all of it.
It is.
Keg stands, whatever gets you there, this game has done it.
Full-on frat house. 13-7. Texas Tech.
Well, and at some point as an elite athlete, too, you have to learn to stay middle. That you're not going to play your best if you're too high. You're not going to play your best if you're too low.
Davis. Comey's got it. 2 down. We just saw Jerry Glasgow over there in the third base coach's box. Self-professed softball dad for the first 40 years of his life and got into coaching late. Was not a head coach until the age of 60. Long time at Georgia assistant, then on to Louisiana, and now the last 2 years here. And they have built something special.
There's a great story you can find on NCAA.com, ESPN.com. His story, getting into it, his daughter, Jerry Ann, gets to coach now with his oldest daughter, Kara Archibald.
Some folks in the softball world don't like the way that Texas Tech has done it. Texas Tech does not care. Texas Tech is winning the last 2 years, setting school records. They have hit the portal hard. It started with Nyjah Kennedy in the circle, and this year Jerry Glasgow went after hitters, and he found some. And this is what these three have done just today. 5 home runs and 10 of the 13 runs batted in.
Yeah, they have done damage massively.
Well, it's a payroll like none we have ever seen in the history of the sport. Honestly, in women's sports, period. Days of NIL.
Let's send it down to Holly Rowe.
Hey, well, guys, Jackie List getting on base right there with a walk. I just wanted to bring up the story you touched on earlier. She was a terrific player at Southern Illinois before transferring into Texas Tech. But Jackie List does not hold all of the records. It is her aunt, Becky List. Take a look. I went to the record books. Becky is still number one in all-time batting average, 362. Jackie List, 353. She said her aunt taught her swing, a lot of what she knows about softball. I love it that they're 1-2 in the record books.
So cool. And Jackie, talks about how it was Aunt Becky that taught her everything she knows. She's got that same swing she's had her entire career going back to high school. Grandpa Joe played 8 MLB seasons. They are a baseball, softball family.
Shout out to Dad as well. I mean, Dad had a big hand in it, but of course, when you're a teenage girl, you're not always going to listen to Dad. So Aunt Becky was able to do a lot of the instruction through the teenage years. But what a great family of sticking ballers. And she's going to take second base right on cue.
Well, that's the other thing this Texas Tech team does so well is steal bases. One of the tops in the country, a couple in this game, coming in 128 on the year, and they'll steal at non-traditional times. Some of those steals are hit and runs that are swing and misses, but the runner's still going. So a lot of unconventional softball that happens to work out very well for Jerry and company.
2-2 to Jazz Burns. Another one of the offensive pickups from the Ohio State University. Has driven in a couple of runs in the series. A new super regional record for combined scoring for these two clubs. I think you're going to have to hit a lot of home runs to win the World Series this year. Especially since UCLA has already punched a ticket, and they have hit 200 home runs, shattering the old record by 39 pokes. Great pitching from the Alabama Crimson Tide. Of course, Jordy Fromm and Alexis Jensen, a terrific combo at Nebraska. They're back. And how about Arkansas? So much heartbreak over the last several years. They finally break through. They're going to the World Series. They'll be calling the Hogs at Hall of Fame Stadium. All gets underway on Thursday. We got 3 more teams to get there today. And the Mississippi State Bulldogs are now beating Oklahoma 6-0. Delaney Everett is throwing a 2-hit shutout with just a couple of innings to go, trying to upset the 3 seed and the 8-time national champs. 3-2 pitch from Sparkman. Ball 4.
That was a heck of a bat from Jasmine Burns. Held off 6 pitches. Really working the new pitcher, Allison Sparkman. Get the second walk of the inning.
5th walk of the game given up by the Gators. Hit batter. But that's one of the things this Texas Tech team does, coming in one of the hardest to strike out, just 154 Ks, team Ks. Now over 290 walks.
And just 2 today. Very important out to get for Florida, because if 2 runs come in, the Gators would be down to their final at-bat in the bottom of the 5th.
Smaller zone today, both sides.
Which is also why the ball's leaving the yard. I mean, in an offensive year, you've got to give the pitchers a chance.
Yeah.
Yes, call the strikes, call the corners. Same pitch. This one's a strike.
2-1 to Terry. Runs on the board in all 4 innings so far, all crooked numbers. Full count.
It almost looked like that hit Terry, or that she was leaning.
Did she try to lean into it?
Look the way she's going to lean into this. Looks like
she does lean into it, and it does hit her.
Wow, she wants to hit. Huh. And the catcher said nothing.
And draws the walk anyways. So now the bases are loaded. And it's Lauren Allred.
3 walks in the inning to load up the bases.
They've had a solo home run, a 2-run home run, and a 3-run home run today. And now they've got the bases loaded for Lauren Allred. Looking for the home run cycle.
Tough environment to throw in a game 3. We mentioned it earlier. It's advantage batter. They know what you've got, and so much technology nowadays, but that's why I do really feel like we have to talk about the game, the number of walks. There's a lot of home runs, over 1,800 home runs more this year than there have been in previous years, but it's the walks. We're talking thousands of more walks this year, Division I softball.
7 of them in the game today. So here we go with Lauren Allred. Bases loaded and 2 outs. Started out her career at Louisiana with Jerry Glasgow, and then came over when Glasgow took the job a couple years ago. Has been one of those players that's been critical with all the new faces to find the chemistry. Started last fall when they all got together. And, you know, you got a lot of egos. You got a lot of players that all want to be in the lineup every day, and you got to figure out ways to get everybody together. They spent a lot of time together to prepare for the season and put the team first. Over 50 different batting orders, over 40 different defensive alignments, trying to keep everybody happy, trying to keep the hot bats in the game week in and week out. And in a case like today, making sure one of his defensive specialists, Logan Holloman, is out there in left field to start. What you got, Holly?
Well, they credit a lake house near Lubbock. They would go to a lake house and use jet skis. They've done a lot of team dinners there. They're trying to build that chemistry, just one jet ski ride at a time, Beth. Much like we do.
Good way to do it.
That's how we roll.
Lakes and jet skis. And now it's a 3-1 count. And nowhere to put Allred. Taylor Panel's on deck. She's already hit 2 home runs today. Allred takes a whack at it. Comia, and safe at first is Allred, as Erickson could not glove it. And a run scores as List comes in.
But this is a great job by Comia. She is super fast. She's an SEC defensive specialist, and this is toss to Erickson. It's a great transfer. Really good direction, but slightly offline, and Erickson probably needs to be able to catch that. Remember, she started in the catching position before moving over to first base midway through this game.
3rd error for the Florida infield today.
And I would put that as E3. I feel like, okay, Comia did a great job making that play. In no way is that an errant throw. That's a ball that needs to be caught.
Here's Taylor Panel. If you're just joining us, there has been a lot of tension, a lot of back and forth, some bad blood between the two sides today. And wouldn't Texas Tech love to end it with a run rule? If they can get another one on the board right here, Florida would have to score a run in the bottom half of the inning to extend the game. Panel flew out in the first and then homered in the third and the fourth. Taylor is now hit in 16 of her last 17 games, getting hot at the right moment here down the stretch. That one was off the mark, 2-2. And now full count. Three-two pitch coming from Sparkman. Bases loaded, 2 out. And that'll walk in another run. And it is an 8-run lead for Texas Tech. And the bases are still loaded for Nyjah Kennedy. It's the 4th walk of the inning. And when you throw in the error, 5 free passes. Kennedy is 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out. Not what Tim Walton and the Gators were looking for today. Now that they're down 8, there's 6, 7, and 8 batters in the bottom half of this inning would have to score a run or the game ends. In the dirt, 3-0. And I don't see any arms up in the Gator pen.
Struggling with that strike zone, just trying to get the ball over. You can see her looking into the dugout.
Looks like Olivia Miller may be up now for Florida. What a return for Mia Williams. Will she get another at-bat, or has Texas Tech put this one out of reach? Nyjah does have a grand slam on the resume. Earlier this year, actually opening weekend against North Texas.
Well, and the way the pitching has worked for Tech, too. I mean, just the fact that, who's going to come back out the bottom of the 5th. Is it Nyjah? Is it Caitlin Terry?
And that'll walk in another run. That makes it 16-7 as Caitlin Terry comes in. And now Tim Walton has to make a move. Well, don't forget the Women's College World Series returns to ESPN on Thursday from Oklahoma City with our quadruple header. For more information, visit ncaa.com, the home for all your NCAA championships. So a pitching change here for Florida. They go to Caitlin Oxley coming on. And Texas Tech will counter with a pinch hitter here, Desiree Spearman. Sophomore out of Bartow, Florida. '24th appearance of the season. 4-2 on the year, and comes in here with the bases loaded. Spearman is the 10th to the plate. They've gone around the order here in a 3-run 5th inning. 3 in the first, 4 in the second, 4 in the third, a pair of runs in the 4th, and now 3 more in the 5th to get into run rule territory. And Texas Tech now 3 outs away from a return trip to the Women's College World Series. Spearman, the junior from El Paso, steps in. Fly ball out to right. McClellan's got it. And 16-7. A lot of work to do for Florida, with a run rule hanging over their heads as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Vance, for the second time in school history, all have played a big role this weekend to help the Red Raiders. And now Nigeri Kennedy will try and close this thing out with the run rule in effect here in the bottom of the 5th. Kenley Cahalan, one of 3 seniors in the lineup today, trying to extend their seasons. Her and Jocelyn Erickson and Kendall Grover. One and one the count. And Tim Walton, I think, just got tossed. Tim Walton ejected from the game. It has been a hypercharged environment right from the start today in Gainesville. And it will include the ejection of the Florida head coach. Kennedy gets a swing and a miss. 1-2.
It's been spicy all game long, a lot of emotion. Kennedy. Fans in the back standing.
Well, as Jerry Glasgow told Holly Rowe earlier, they have not played in this kind of environment all season. And he thinks there will be things to take with them to Oklahoma City if they advance that will help them out fighting through the adversity today.
You play in front of loud fans. That's going to happen. This has been intensity. It has been everything you could possibly hear, see. Warnings issued to dugouts, ejections, and the fans have been screaming the entire game.
Cahalan blasts that one back up the middle for a base hit.
How about the senior? I mean, that's a tough environment to be in. Your coach gets ejected. It's potentially your last at bat. in a Gator uniform. She drives it right back up the middle.
I almost feel like Tim Walton coming out and arguing for her helped fuel this at bat. I mean, he was arguing against the strike that was called against her. A lot of times, managers, coaches will do that to ignite their team.
And yet another pitching change for Texas Tech. Kennedy out, Terry back in. It is a scorebook unlike any other in our careers.
I cannot dissect
I
or
lost track.
understand it.
How
Me
many
either.
pitching changes that is? I think our crack research staff has been on it.
I mean, look at the bullpen for Tech.
Yeah.
Same pitcher. Caitlin Terry starts this thing and just look at this game. This is this game. 5 innings. 6 pitchers, but it's the same 2.
Well, and since they've really been the back and forth the last 2 innings, they have done a good job of shutting down the Gator bats.
And this is like nothing we've seen. I feel like they have to almost create a rule to prevent this from happening. It's never happened before.
So back to Terry. And Cassidy McClellan. One on for McClellan. Down
Remember,
0-2.
Last time Caitlin Terry came in, she faced one lefty. There's one lefty right now. Could be for the batter, could be for the inning. Right now, the Gators fighting for 2 runs. They want to stay in this game, extend this game. It's not the 9-run deficit they are down. It's to stay and get to the 6th inning. Keep that in mind with the home runs, runner on base right now, how important that is.
They will have to count on the bottom of the order here. 7, 8, 9. The Gators have never lost in the tournament at home via run rule. That's what they're staring at right now. Swing and a miss. 1 down, and Texas Tech 2 outs away from Oklahoma City.
Caitlin Terry going upstairs on this lefty-lefty matchup. Nice rise ball, good late sharp break, puts it right underneath the hands. Picks up another strikeout.
Julia Desiderio will be the pinch hitter here. Senior out of Hudson, Florida. Terry just missed it away. Jackie Liss and Taylor Pannell, a pair of home runs today. Mia Williams also went yard today. Just an offensive explosion with the 16 runs on the board. They've scored every inning. And it all started about 5 hours ago with a hit by pitch and a 2.5-hour weather delay. And the fireworks started right out of the gate.
7 runs to the first 2 innings for the Gators. And I'll tell you what, Caitlin Terry, this combination, Nyjah Kennedy being able to go back and forth, kept the Gators scoreless now.
Yeah,
2.5 innings.
Yeah. It's been the back and forth. When that started, that's when the Gators were shut down.
Think about that advantage. I mean, you can go with 2 pitchers back and forth, literally every batter if you wanted to. I can't imagine being on deck going, I understand it could be 1 of 2, but that is such a difference maker, not knowing who he's going to pull out of the dugout next.
Count goes full. Desiderio backhanded by Pennell, and they get the force out at second, 2 down. And now the Red Raiders 1 out away. It's the number 9 hitter, Gabby Comilla. What a job by Texas Tech today. This was a 7-7 game through the first 2 innings. And with the emotions high, and Jerry Glasgow telling his guys, hey, play for each other, play for the fun, play for the joy. And they have outscored Florida 9-0 since.
Well, really, it was in that second inning when Nyjah came in. She retired 7 in a row. Kind of got some stability back in the circle for Tech, but
Gabby does have a hit today.
And Taylor Shoemaker's on deck. That's what Florida wants. Get it back to the top. The All-Americans.
Comilla back to Terry, spins, fires to first, in time! And Texas Tech wins it in Gainesville to advance to the Women's College World Series.
Ruling on the field at first base is that the runner was out. This is a Florida challenge. The play is under further review.
A challenge coming for Florida. And this one won't take long. She was out at first.
great job by Liss making that catch. That throw was starting to leak into the line.
And Caitlin Terry, I mean, as a left-handed pitcher, fielding that, spinning around.
Spinning and off balance, falling down afterward.
It should not take long.
After review, the ruling at first base is confirmed. The runner's out. The ball game is over.
And now the celebration full on for Texas Tech. Second straight trip to Oklahoma City. They come in and take game 3, 16-0.